Hi there, folks. It's Jonathan Denwood from WP-Tonic, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about the best marketing automation plugins at the beginning of 2025. There's a lot of solutions now, really great solutions that are native to WordPress. I'm going to go through some of the options that you need to know to make an educated choice about what's the best plugin solution for you. Got a ton of experience in this area at WP Tonic. I'll be back in a few moments, folks. I'm coming back, folks. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about marketing automation and the best plugin solutions out there at the beginning of 2025. Now, before I start, I think there's a lot of confusion out there about marketing automation on WordPress, and it's mostly triggered because there's kind of two buckets out there that do similar things, but also quite different. And because there's overlap, it causes a bit of confusion. And what do I mean by that? Well, there's one group of solutions that can do automatizations, but they're more like Zapier. But they're WordPress plugins that provide enormous amount of power, but they're kind of like I say, they they are really kind of WordPress native plugin solutions that compete with Zapier. And I'm going to talk about a couple of the leading ones in this video. And then in the other bucket, there's kind of native plugins that are competitors to something like Active Campaign, Drip, or HubSpot. They compete with those type of SaaS competitors. But both buckets can do overlap. They can do similar things to some degree. And because they can, that causes a bit of confusion. So let's start with the kind of plug-in competitors to Zapier. Um, there's a number of them. I'm just going to talk about two of them, two of the leading ones. Um, Number one is Uncanny Automator. It's the one that we recommend at WP Tonic, and we do provide it as part of our hosting packages. Um, it's one of the first on the market that it uses the technology, all these Zapier native plugin solutions use a technology called webhooks. And basically, they're kind of scripts on steroids that can communicate with one WordPress plugin and ask it to do something from another plugin. So it gives a agreed kind of layer of data and gives it to the other plugin, and that will trigger action. So they're really cool, and like Uncanny Automator comes with a really great interface, and it has the model that you buy a plugin, a one site license, or they have different options, and um, they do have different levels of functionality, but the basic paid version comes with a lot of power. So you got that. Another one that does the same thing, but a slightly different business model is Sure Trigger. Um, that has a great plan. What they have done is you buy the annual, but it comes with a limit on how many triggers per month you can utilize. I think with the lowest plan, it's 5,000 triggers per month. So they kind of, depending on which plan level you choose, they put 5,000, and that would probably cover quite a few people. But if you've got a really large e-commerce or a large membership, you're probably going to have to look at the other plans. But these solutions are really great because before these type of solutions came on the market, if you didn't have an add-on plugin that like a particular plugin that you wanted to communicate with another leading WordPress plugin, and neither side produced the add-on, you would have to get one developed for you. With these solutions, they have both have large lists of recipes. Um, I think that's the term that Uncanny Automator uses. I'm not sure SureTrigger uses that particular term, but they're recipes about it will trigger certain actions and communicate with various leading WordPress plugins. It's really cool, but it's not Active Campaign. It's not HubSpot. Like I say, it's Zapier on steroids because the two that I've mentioned, and there's a number of other ones. I actually have written an article that gives you more options, but I don't want this video to go on forever. But I've written an article that gives you even more, all the prices, links, and more options, and you find the link to that article in the video description underneath, folks. So I've tried to explain what they do. Now, there's a couple really great solutions for if you're looking for something that can do marketing automation about sending out emails and all the things that you would find with something like Active Campaign or Keep or HubSpot. Now, the leader, in my opinion, is Fluent CRM in this very nice platform. I actually think its interface, what the power that it offers, is actually more than Active Campaign. That's quite a bold statement, but I do honestly believe that. And it's been around for a number of years, and the team behind it are extremely experienced. It's got quite a large team behind it. The interface is very to set up the automatizations is very similar to Active Campaign, and either you love that or you won't like it. But it's got newsletter functionality, blah, blah, blah. It's a powerful solution. One site license is slightly over $100 a year. Yeah, it's a powerful solution. Another one out there is WP Funnels. That's actually got, in my opinion, a more stylish interface than Fluent CRM. Um, it's all it does a lot of what Fluent does. You really got to look at the interfaces and are there particular automatizations that maybe one or the other doesn't do. I wouldn't have any hesitation of using either, really. And they're priced at very similar price points, and they're both quality platforms. So I wouldn't have, if you said to me, which one should I choose? I really couldn't honestly give you an answer. I would suggest that you play with both of them. The final one is Groundhog. Groundhog, what can I say about that? It works really well. I don't think it's as good as the two previous ones that I've mentioned. It's got a different interface. Both the previous utilize an interface to build your automatizations that's very similar to Active Campaign, where HubSpot, it's more waterfall. It's a step by step. They don't give a kind of diagram interface. Funny enough, I actually prefer that. Actually, I would agree that when it comes to personal taste, I prefer the way that Groundhog does things than the majority of other platforms, WordPress native plugins or SaaS solutions. A lot of people don't agree with me. They prefer the more diagram layout rather than a step by step. Um, I think for simple to medium level, Groundhog is probably easier to set up. My only problem is it's a lot more expensive than either Fluent CRM or Funnels WP. It's a lot more expensive. Um, you, they do offer a lot more, you know, I say that Fluent CRM provides a ton of stuff, but they really do offer a lot of options at Groundhog, um, but they're at different price points, and like I say, it is a fair bit more expensive. They would defend themselves by saying compared to something like Active Campaign or HubSpot, definitely that they're a lot cheaper, and they are. I'm just saying that compared to some of the WordPress solutions out there, they're a bit pricey, in my opinion. And the last one is a bit of a hybrid, and that's WP Fusion, which is a really fantastic plugin from a fantastic team. But what they do is if you want your WordPress website and you want to trigger marketing automatizations and you're invested in Active Campaign, in HubSpot, especially HubSpot, even Salesforce, some of the higher Quasar small to medium to large business marketing automation platforms, and you want it to work flawlessly with your WordPress website, um, WP Fusion is the way to go because it's designed to do that. A lot like HubSpot, like Active Campaign, they do provide a WordPress plugin, but they don't work that well. They work okay, but they're normally you hit some barrier by utilizing the plugins they provide. I would strongly advise you to look at WP Fusion. It also can work with the native plugins like Fluent CRM, and it does provide some benefits to work with both, especially if you're building quite complicated automatizations. But it's not necessary. But definitely, if you've got something like HubSpot and you've got an important WordPress website, it's the route to go. Hopefully you found this video useful. If you did, give us a thumbs up and ring that bell and think about subscribing to this channel. It really does help me and encourages me to make more of these videos, and it shows YouTube that I'm doing something right. I make these videos every week, and I'm sure you're going to find some value. I'll see you soon, folks. Bye.